The year was 2007. Steve Jobs famously stood on stage and said, "Who wants a stylus? Yuck." And here we are 8 years later. Apple just introduced the new Apple Pencil for $99. Keep that thought in your mind. I want to first say thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm TJ, and I know I haven't done a video in a while. And I also know that I'm not a millionaire with hundreds of thousands of subscribers here on YouTube. I'm really just a small town tech guy that enjoys discussing everything tech, especially Apple products, but not only Apple products. If you like that, then please subscribe to my channel and join the tech conversation with me. As you can see, I don't do heavy editing. I don't do crazy intros, things like that. I keep it simple. The reason is I just want to focus on what matters most, the tech discussion at hand. If you like that, I would love your support. But now, going back to what I said in the intro to the video, this is an interesting time in Apple's history. Never before have we seen Apple trying so hard to do everything the opposite of what Steve Jobs would do. Because we all know that if Steve was still alive today, he would never allow an Apple Pencil. And I have to say, I love the name of that too. Like, Apple always has to put their own spin on the naming of stuff. Like Apple Pencil. Of course, it's not the Apple Pen. It's a pencil. But anyhow, I have to say, the other thing too is, it's not just the pencil that is interesting. But it's the fact that Apple has seen declining sales in their iPads. And so their strategy now is not to make a really killer iPad Air that could just blow things out of the water. But instead, they tried to go after the Surface Pro 3 by releasing a giant iPad, as they're calling the iPad Pro. Now, the issue I see with this, there's a couple fundamental issues with the iPad Pro, in my opinion. For one, it's just a massive device. It weighs more than the original iPad. Not only that, but it's a massive 12.9-inch display. Now, granted, I will say this. It does have a beautiful, beautiful Retina display. It has more pixels than the MacBook Pro Retina 15-inch. That's pretty amazing. So don't get me wrong, this screen will be absolutely beautiful. With that being said, the device itself will just be way too massive, way too heavy, and it's also going to be, I think, overkill for, let's just say, most people that will buy it. That's not to say that creative professionals won't buy it and love it. They're saying that a lot of people that are not creative professionals will just buy it just to have it. And what they'll ultimately end up with is just an overpowered, oversized iPad. And they won't be able to really use, and again, I'm talking about the average consumer, won't be able to use even half of the power of the iPad Pro. And that's most of my logic behind why I won't be buying one. It could also be that I really just am such a huge fan of the iPad Air. Nothing will change my mind that the iPad Air is the best tablet. The iPad Air's 9.7-inch display is a perfect size. The iPad Air's form factor is light, it's thin. I just can't imagine a more perfect tablet than the iPad Air. So when I think of the iPad Pro, I just think of it as overkill and oversized. So with that being said, I do believe that Apple made an interesting choice with this iPad Pro. And an even more interesting choice, releasing this $99 stylus. Now, I do believe that over time they will bring the Apple Pencil compatibility to the iPad Air. It only makes logical sense. But until they do, I don't think too many people will be missing it. It's just a stylus that's $99. But with that being said, I do believe that there will be a market of users who could actually truly use the iPad Pro. So I won't say it's not useful to anyone, but I do believe that for most people that may buy it, I think they'll just be buying it as most of us do. Most of us Apple enthusiasts are guilty of doing this at some point, just buying something to have it. I definitely guilty of that in the past, but I have definitely, since moving into my own apartment and I guess just getting a little older, I have learned to definitely control myself and my impulses to buy the newest Apple products. And I hope that I can offer some advice to people watching this. Definitely, I hope that you'll definitely think about if you really need this iPad Pro. Really look at it and think about how you're going to use it. And then realize that unless you're going to be using it for some pretty powerful tasks, it's really just a massive, big, heavier version of the same iPad we already know and love. I'm assuming you either have the iPad Air or iPad Mini, but especially for the iPad Air users, it's just a bigger version of what you already have. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I want to end this video here for now. I hope this was a great video for you guys. I hope you got some enjoyment or usefulness out of it. If you did, please hit subscribe below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, thanks for watching, and have a good day.